$1 billion in under a year. Not a decade. Not 5 years. Under 12 months. Some of these companies didn't even have a product. Some had zero revenue. One had 13 employees. And yet, $1 billion. These are the fastest companies in history to reach a 10-figure valuation, and half of them crashed just as fast as they rose. Here are the top 15. You're watching Wealth Ranked. Number 15. WAG. 8 months. A dog-walking app hit $1 billion in 8 months. In 2018, SoftBank's Vision Fund dumped $300 million into WAG, catapulting it to unicorn status overnight. The app let you book a stranger to walk your dog. Simple enough, but growth was fueled entirely by venture capital, not actual economics. Reports started flooding in. Lost dogs, unlocked apartments, walkers who never showed up. By 2019, SoftBank sold its entire stake at a massive loss. The CEO was replaced. The valuation cratered. $1 billion lesson in what happens when you throw money at a problem instead of solving it. Number 14. Uptake Technologies. 5 months. You've never heard of Uptake. Almost nobody has. But in 2014, this Chicago startup hit $1 billion valuation 5 months after launching. Founded by Brad Keywell, the same guy who co-founded Groupon, Uptake used artificial intelligence to predict when industrial machinery would break down before it actually broke. Caterpillar invested early. The US military paid attention. The lesson? Sometimes the most boring industry is hiding the biggest opportunity. While everyone chases consumer apps, the real money is in factories. Number 13, Jet.com, 4 months. Mark Law had already sold Diapers.com to Amazon for $545 million. So when he launched Jet in 2015 with the pitch, the more you buy, the cheaper everything gets. Investors threw money at him before the site even went live. $220 million in pre-launch funding. Within 4 months, $1 billion valuation. Walmart panicked and bought it for $3.3 billion. Here's the twist. Jet never made a single dollar in profit, not one. Law walked away with $200 million personally, and Walmart shut Jet down 3 years later. Number 12. Groupon. 7 months. In 2008, Andrew Mason launched what the Wall Street Journal called the fastest growing company in internet history. 1 email a day. 1 deal. 1 city. That's it. Groupon's simplicity was its weapon. 7 months in. $1 billion valuation. By 2010, Google offered $6 billion to acquire it. Mason said no. Groupon IPO'd at $16 billion. Today, it trades around $300 million. 98% of its peak value gone. The fastest rise often sets up the hardest fall. Number 11. Xiaomi. Under 12 months to $1 billion in revenue. When Xiaomi launched in China in 2010, the strategy was borderline insane. Sell flagship phones at cost. Make zero profit on hardware. Then monetize through software and services. Nobody in the West took it seriously. Within a year, $1 billion in revenue. Within 2, a $10 billion valuation. Today, Xiaomi is worth over $60 billion. You call it, they didn't beat Apple at its own game. They invented a completely different game. Number 10, Rivian. Hit $100 billion before delivering almost anything. Rivian went public in November 2021, and on its second day of trading, its market cap briefly passed $100 billion. At the time, they had delivered fewer than 200 trucks. $100 billion, 200 trucks, that's $500 million per truck if you're doing the math. The EV hype cycle was real, and Rivian rode the wave harder than anyone. The stock has since dropped over 90%. Number 9. Palantir. Under 12 months with the CIA writing the first check. Peter Thiel started Palantir in 2003 with $2 million from In-Q-Tel, the CIA's own venture capital arm. Within a year, Palantir was valued at over $1 billion. Their software tracked terrorist networks, mapped financial fraud, and became the intelligence community's secret weapon. The US government was their first and biggest customer. Today, Palantir is worth over $50 billion. Turns out the fastest way to build $1 billion company is to have the most powerful customer on earth sign the first contract. Number 8. Snap Inc. hit $1 billion before most people even knew what Snapchat was. By late 2013, barely 2 years after launch, Snapchat's parent company was valued at over $2 billion after turning down a $3 billion offer from Facebook. The app was sending over 400 million snaps per day. Mark Zuckerberg flew to LA personally to make the offer. Evan Spiegel, who was 23 years old at the time, said no. Snap eventually IPO'd at $33 billion. The kid who said no to Zuckerberg became one of the youngest billionaires in history. Number 7. Instagram. 13 employees, 0 revenue, $1 billion. Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger built Instagram with a skeleton crew. 18 months after launch, with literally no business model, no ads, no subscriptions, no commerce, Facebook bought it for $1 billion. At the time, people called Zuckerberg crazy. Instagram now generates over $50 billion a year in advertising revenue. $50 billion from a company that was bought for $1 billion. It's arguably the greatest acquisition in the history of business. Number 6, Uber. Hit $1 billion in under 2 years and then just kept going. Travis Kalanick launched Uber Cab in 2010. By 2011, after a name change and a pivot, Uber was valued at over $1 billion. But here's what makes Uber different from everyone else on this list. It didn't stop. The valuation went to $3 billion, then $17 billion, then $50, then $70. By IPO in 2019, Uber was valued at $82 billion. The company lost money every single quarter for a decade. But it didn't matter. Growth was the only metric that counted. Number 5, ByteDance. The parent company behind TikTok hit $1 billion in months. ByteDance launched Douyin in China in September 2016. Within months, millions of users. Within a year, $1 billion valuation. Then they launched TikTok internationally in 2017, and it became the most downloaded app in human history. ByteDance is now valued at over $250 billion. Zhang Yiming went from unknown Chinese entrepreneur to one of the richest people on the planet, all from short videos that experts called a fad. Number 4, Coinbase. Rode crypto from 0 to 100 billion. Coinbase was founded in 2012, but its real explosion came in 2020 and 2021 when crypto went mainstream. By April 2021, Coinbase went public at a valuation of $86 billion. On the first day of trading, it briefly touched $100 billion. The catch? When crypto crashed, so did Coinbase. The stock dropped over 80% from its peak. But the speed of that initial rise, from niche crypto exchange to $100 billion, was breathtaking. Number 3, OpenAI. 0 to 1.6 billion in revenue in a single year. OpenAI existed as a quiet research lab for years. Then on November 30th, 2022, they released ChatGPT. Within 2 months, 100 million users, the fastest growing consumer application in history. Revenue went from essentially nothing to $1.6 billion in 2023. By 2024, they were valued at $80 billion. Sam Altman became a household name overnight. Proof that the product that changes everything might already exist, sitting in a lab, waiting for its moment. Number 2, SpaceX. Technically took longer than a year, but added $100 billion in value in months. SpaceX was valued at around $70 billion in early 2023. By the end of the year, it was valued at $180 billion, $110 billion in new value in less than 12 months. Starship launches, Starlink subscriber growth, and government contracts turned SpaceX into the most valuable private company on the planet. Elon Musk has a lot of companies. This is the one that will outlast them all. Number 1, Nvidia. $1 trillion added in 8 months. Nvidia was already a big company. Then the AI boom happened. In 2023, Nvidia added $1 trillion in market capitalization in roughly 8 months. 1 trillion. Their GPUs became the foundation of every AI system on Earth. Jensen Huang went from respected tech CEO to one of the 10 richest humans alive. His leather jacket became a meme. The stock went up 500% in 18 months. It wasn't a startup story, it was a reinvention story. A company that made graphics cards for video games became the most important company in the AI revolution. And it happened faster than anyone thought possible. Half the companies on this list crashed after their billion-dollar moment. Some lost 98% of their value. Others never turned a profit. But what every single one of them shares is this: timing, audacity, and the willingness to move before the rest of the world was ready. That's the pattern. That's the edge. If you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe to Wealth Ranked. We rank the biggest money stories on the planet. See you in the next one. If you want more stories about the most extreme wealth and the people behind it, subscribe to Wealth Ranked. New rankings drop every week.